This is Milo Manheim.
And this is Liz Gillies. Come see us in Little Shop of Horrors.
What?
I think we might be are we a month now? We're a month into our run at this point. It's feeling so much cozier and better than, for me at least. I feel like I've discovered so much more about the character and having the time to sort of sink in. And I won't speak for you, though.
No, I was gonna say I feel very dropped in at this point. I feel like I've found a way to do the show in a healthy way consistently. I was really learning, we really have to find a sustainable way to do this, and I think we're there now. And it's fantastic. I'm having such a great time. I'm not as nervous as I was to begin because I think we're just comfortable.
Yeah, we're cozy. For me, this was my favorite Broadway show. Milo is so sick of me talking about it at this point because I have the same answer every time.
Anytime about it.
No. It's my favorite Broadway show. I've always wanted to play Audrey, and my team was well aware of that, and so I always had an eye out for it, and I hoped that one day an opportunity would present itself. And I was on Dynasty when the show first started, and I was sort of looking on and looking at Instagram, and I was like, oh, it looks like so much fun. I really want to do that. So when they called, I was just over the moon, and it's fulfilled every expectation of mine. It's exceeded it, honestly, any expectation. So I'm very happy. It's been very important for me.
You're probably sick of my answer, but I didn't have that same close relationship to this show that Liz had growing up. But when it came this way, it just felt very whimsical from the universe and that it was time. I really wanted to get back into musical theater, and I was doing stuff in LA, and I really wanted to come to New York. And when I found out I was doing it with Liz, it just was so cosmic, it felt, and it was just the time. And now I'm here doing it. It's such a brilliant show, which I didn't really understand until we really dove in, but it's quite fantastic, and I still find new things every day. And thank God everybody that's on the team loves it equally as we do, and that energy is infectious. I don't think I've ever worked on anything that was so easy to hop into. Everybody has their confidence. They've been doing it for years, so it's such a well-oiled machine. And it was so, the energy was palpable. When you walk into the theater, I was very nervous. I can't speak for you, but just opening night, sitting in the dressing room, everyone's singing and playing games. And I'm like, how are you guys not so focused right now? I need to meditate and breathe through a straw real quick. And they're all just, eating, laughing. And I'm like, this is the energy that I'm trying to pick up. But it's very apparent that they've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, I share a dressing room with all the girls, and that's been maybe one of my, other than working with Milo, one of my favorite things about this, because they've been such a support system for me, vocally and also just with the role. A lot of the girls cover Audrey, and so I'll ask them, I'll be like, during this part, what do you typically do? Or my back is hurting when I'm getting fed by the plant. Am I doing something wrong?
Oh, sorry. You should talk to me about that.
I did talk to you about it, and we resolved it, but
we did.
It wasn't your fault. But I'm just saying, they have so much knowledge, and they've been doing it for so long, and they're so willing to share their insight and their help and their experience with the show and with Audrey and that role and what they've seen. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful for all the people that are there. And they really let you make your own mistakes and try your own stuff. And early on rehearsal, I'm like, I'm going to do it this way. And that's the right way. They're like, yeah, cool, figured. And then 2 weeks in, I'm like, you were right. That's not, that was terrible. That's not at all correct. So it's just been cool. They know what they're doing over there completely. I have fallen more in love with live theater, I think, than I expected to through this experience. I had been doing primarily only, TV, singing on camera and stuff like that. I really enjoy the live element of it, and it's been wonderful. But of course, all experience is a good experience. And yeah, the fans have definitely been showing up for both of us.
It's amazing.
It's an insane experience at the stage door every night.
Immense gratitude.
Yeah, a lot of girls are in love with Milo.
A lot of girls are in love with Liz, too.
Yeah, it's true.
And I will say that, I don't know, there's a certain safety to singing on camera. I don't know.
I don't like it.
I feel like, look, it feels for me, actually, I might have thought before doing the show that it was vice versa, but very performative in film. You're doing it all outward, and you're not really focusing on how you're sounding because you've already recorded it and you hear how you sound. And here, I thought being on stage, it would be a lot more external, but really it's inward and focusing. And, Seymour is a little harder than I anticipated, but you just gotta, focus on what's right in front of you, not all these, faces that are all smiling and very happy to be there and non-judgmental. But if I'm belting something about a plant, then that's just between me and the plant. And that's how I've been thinking about it. I get a little nervy, but It feels alive. It feels so alive. That's why we do it. That's why we love it.
I also love, like, I've lost my voice several times during this show, and I'll go in anyway. Tonight's gonna be one of those nights, and
Grethers.
I feel like I have to. So we're way past Grethers. I feel like I have to overcompensate with other parts of the show. And through doing that, I've had some of my better performances acting for sure when I lose my voice. Because I'm like, oh, I can't sound pretty. So let me just, I'll have people leave the theater being like, oh, she can really act her ass off, even though she sounded like shit tonight. So I do that, and I'll do it tonight. I like it. You know what? I find things through desperation, and you lose some of the tools in your toolbox, and you're like, okay, let me try this to. And, you know, some of them stick, and some of them, thank God I did it, and thank God it happened, because I wouldn't have tried it if I was just singing pretty and comfortable.
It doesn't even feel like, you know, my voice is gone today, so let me try to, you know, lean on the acting more. For me, it's more like, okay, I'm feeling tired today. Let me stop putting this expectation on myself to do a certain show. And when I go into it that way, I find I'm very connected with the person in front of me. I've found that this is a weird thing to say, but like when you're really excited for a show, it's not often that you meet every expectation of it. It's going to be so different and weird. But when you're just like, all right, let's get through this show today, then oftentimes it really surprises you. And, you know, we're human. So every morning we wake up feeling different, but that doesn't dictate how we feel about the show that day. I'm learning a lot of life lessons doing this show. It's great. It's great.